everybody. Welcome to another episode of Can We Say It? We'd like to sort of go back to regular programming, as in back to our usual content of various topics. Today we'll be discussing it's superstitious. But before we get into it, just want to acknowledge that during this recording, Beck is still in
Still
mandatory quarantine, and
in quarantine.
today was something different. So just like to quickly tell us what happened today.
Yeah, so we got to see people. Unfortunately, it was a nurse and a doctor that rocked up on, at the door. It was day 10, so they did the dreaded nose swab test, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's not so bad. I just tickled." It actually was a little bit worse than I thought. They had that swab up there for at least 5 seconds, and I know 5 seconds doesn't seem as long, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a long time to have that swab being constantly stuck up your nose. My eyes didn't water as much, but Howie's did. I think they hit like a tear duct. I was holding Mackay, who was kind of watching and kind of not. But anyways, yeah.
Did it hurt?
It was more like uncomfortable. Like I kind of I had to squeeze I had my eyes closed, but I was a little bit like, ooh, like,
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but
just scratching my
and they pulled it. They do it at the back of the throat because they do it to both sides. So you're like, okay, one side done. Oh no, I have to do it. Another one. But I mean, in hindsight, we got to see 2 people we haven't seen for 10 days. But yeah, no, still here. I'm excited about this topic because it's a good one. There's so many.
Touch wood. Your
touch wood.
Test results come back.
Spit.
Negative.
Yes, we'll see.
Good segue, Beck. Because we're talking about superstitions and old wives' tales, but mainly superstitions.
Yeah, so I know your mum, and you've definitely grown up with a whole bunch of superstitious.
I've grown up programmed to many superstitions.
Oh, what?
And I wonder if I'm not from a line of wannabe witches or magicians or something. There was a reason for every single one, most of them, and I'm constantly now as an adult trying to reprogram myself no, I can do that, or I can walk through those poles, or I can open this in the house, or I can put my keys on the table and stuff, but we'll go through it.
Because I just like my mum, she was a little bit like that, like, the umbrella or the ladder, and I don't know, like she had, if her nose was itchy or ears were red or something, like someone was talking about you, you had to give her like a number or something, but I wouldn't say, I don't know. And then the person of that initial was talking about you. But I don't think I've had old wives' tales, yes, but superstitions. I think you've definitely got a lot up your sleeve, and I'm quite interested to hear some of them and the reasons for some of them.
I forgot about the itchy one. Yes, left hand itching. I forgot about that. Left hand itching means money is coming, and I think right hand itchy is like bad.
And did this money ever come when this happened? Like, I'm curious.
I don't know.
I want to know.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I didn't always follow it. So let's break it down. Like, a superstition is any belief or practice based upon one's trust in luck or other irrational, unscientific or supernatural forces. It is kind of irrational. Often it arises from ignorance and misunderstanding of science or causality, a belief in fate or magic or fear of that which is unknown. So I'm sure they were like passed down generation to generation.
And they just believed it, basically. They were told something, they believed it.
It doesn't merit any kind of sort of scientific basis. Like, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. For example, seeing a ladybug is good luck, apparently.
Okay.
Don't know why. Even the idea of saying bless you. Why are we saying bless you? Why the hell am I constantly?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I say it.
Stop saying bless you. If anything, bless me that I don't get sick.
I don't. That's so true, though. I mean, I won't stop saying it because I'm used to it. I feel like it's weird that I feel like it's rude not to say bless you. Um,
Yeah, right?
but
No.
we should just be. I don't really understand that. You're right. I don't get
Look
it.
that look that one up. It was to warn off evil souls.
When someone sneezes,
Yeah.
or is it just saying
And do
bless
you remember?
you?
And do you remember? Yeah, saying "bless you" is supposed to ward off evil souls. Do you remember? Also, I hate to go back to our insane religious education, but we learned it like every single year. But remember also there was some kind of story in one of the like um weekly. What do they call them? Pasha,
Yeah,
whatever it is,
yeah.
whatever it chapters
Chapters.
in the Bible or
Yeah.
something. Someone sneezed, and it was like Isaac or Rebecca.
Did they? Oh my gosh. You remember
Someone
more than I do.
sneezed. Didn't they have a son called Asov?
Yes.
Someone sneezed, and anyway, it was like, oh, that means you're getting sick. Like it's from thousands of years ago, I think. Just sort of like false, like supernatural forces or ignorance, something.
Yeah, well, all most
What
of
else have
these
we got?
come from way back
Exactly.
when. I know the
Walking
ladder,
between
two
Yes, the
poles. Yeah,
ladder.
the
Oh,
ladder.
my mum never said ladder. It was if you walk between any kind of cylinder poles, like could be poles, could be those wooden fences, like wooden cylinders that they sometimes stick into the ground. It could be any of
Yeah.
those. If you walk through them, walking between two poles, it means you won't have any friends.
Oh gosh, that's crazy. Um,
So even today,
like
when I walk to
who
the gym,
said who made this up?
my mum told me this when I was little. I don't know. Obviously, it explains a lot about me, but even today, at the
You
tender
still
age
won't
of
do it.
38, I was walking to the gym, and you had to walk through two poles to get to the crossing, like two what do you call them? Traffic signs. They would just
Yeah.
happen to be situated where you'd have to walk through them, and I was like, something inside me went,
Something. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't walk through them. Like, what if she's right? What if it's true?" Like, it's irrational. It's irrational. And sometimes I just
Yeah.
go, "Screw it. I'm walking through.
I'm
Do
walking
your
through.
worst."
I will. I already have friends. I'm fine. I don't need any more friends. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, my friends won't leave me. Um,
exactly.
that's just yeah. I
It's
don't.
crazy.
It is crazy. It's so crazy.
Opening umbrella in the house, you said you had that
Yeah,
one?
definitely. And I don't do it. You're right because it's been embedded in me. Do not open an
Mm.
umbrella in the house. So I
It feels
don't do it.
unnatural to open an umbrella in the house,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I mean, why would
Yeah.
you anyways? It's not raining inside.
No, but
So,
what if one of your kids is playing, which I've had
uh,
situations where, and I'm like, "You know what? Screw it. I'm not inflicting this on my kid. I'm not saying it's bad luck to open an umbrella. Just open it.
right. Yeah, I guess I
Play
won't.
with it. Open it."
Play with the umbrella.
Apparently,
Be Mary Poppins.
I looked this up. It was back in like olden days. A prince died within months of having some umbrellas opened in his house.
Oh my god. Okay, so one
So
prince dies and then they think no one opens umbrellas anymore because a prince died
so
because
stupid.
someone opened an
I'm gonna
umbrella.
open all the umbrellas in the house. I'm
Did
gonna
it
have
hit him in
umbrellas
the
opened
face?
like as decoration. What?
Did it kill him? Did someone kill him with an umbrella? Is like why?
No, he just happened to die months after a whole bunch of umbrellas was shown to him, like, as a demonstration presentation.
Wow,
So
okay.
maybe umbrellas inside were deemed as bad luck
Yeah, I
because they
guess
didn't have
so.
science then, they didn't have medical expertise, maybe?
This is crazy. Sorry,
Okay,
that has to be one of the
I still
crazy.
can't put still have an issue, I still can't put keys on a table. That
Why?
also makes
Why?
me have a twitch because my mum is, to this day, if you come to her house and put keys on a table, she will immediately scurry over and take them off.
And what's the reason for this? I don't. This
I
is
think
new.
keys on the table is very bad luck just in general.
But okay,
There's not a I think it must have something, most of them have something to do with losing money. I'm not sure about this keys on the table, but in general, it's like breaking a mirror. It's like endless
so
bad
where do
luck.
you put your keys?
Now, I have a special bowl,
Oh, yeah,
um,
bowl. But
in
isn't
the
that
counter.
technically on a table?
It's on the counter in my house.
Right, which is kind of the same
She
thing.
keeps the keys in the bag,
A
inside
bag.
her bags.
Right. I sometimes do
Where
that,
do
but
you
no.
put your keys?
Yeah, you're right. There's like a little bowl or something that I would usually put it in, like on the counter.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Killing any spider, extremely bad luck at where how I grew up.
Okay, I get the killing insects and all that because you don't want to hurt
No,
animals, but why
specifically
so what, you just
spiders.
let spiders run around the house? So if there's a
She
huntsman or
won't
a
she
deadly
won't kill
spider,
it.
you just
No,
let
no,
but the
no, she
spider
won't
will
we
kill
can't kill
you.
it.
But what if it's a deadly spider? You just
No,
leave it.
no,
Can you spray
she
can
won't
you
kill it.
spray
She'll, like,
morphine?
remove it.
What about
No, she
morphine?
won't spray it. No.
Wow, I don't know. That's crazy. Okay.
You know what's ironic about all of this? My mum is a scientist.
Right, and right.
She
Oh
she
god.
works in, like, a laboratory and everything as a like, in pathology and everything, so
Because
it's,
you
like,
know why? It
bizarre.
was embedded in her when she was young. Like, this has been
Maybe.
passed down from generations.
Exactly. Obviously breaking mirrors,
Yeah,
obviously.
we know that one.
She believes so her ex-boyfriend many years ago broke a mirror in his apartment, and she equates every single horrific thing that happened to him thus after
Because
that
of the mirror.
incident because of the mirror.
Oh my gosh. I'm
He
gonna have a
broke that
nice
mi you know,
convo with her when we
he
sit
broke
down.
that mirror. You remember he broke that mirror. That's why. Apparently when you see like when you know sometimes you're out and you see a bride and groom like maybe taking photos somewhere in a beautiful setting or you see them walking to the church, you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to touch money, touch any kind of money, coin, note is better, and you'll have good luck.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. It was like crazy. I remember we were driving when I was little and it's like, bride and groom, quick, kinda touch some
Quick,
money, touch
find the
some money.
money. Find the money. This is hilarious. Um,
Um,
wow.
this
Okay.
is a Russian one. Um it's called
Oh,
holding a dulya. Okay, so imagine you
you
put your thumb
you
in
told me
between
about
your
this.
pointer and
Yep.
index finger.
You
You
told me
know,
about
it's
this
not
when
a
I was
fist.
young, and I kept doing it myself. Like, I feel like a lot of these
Oh my
superstitions
god,
were on me because of
oh
you,
no,
and
I
now I'm
totally
traum
traumatized you.
now I'm
I'm
traumatized. I
sorry.
remember that one for sure. I do it
Is that what
myself.
I must have told you because people used to comment on your eyes. I must have said,
Yeah,
"Babe,
you
hold the
yeah.
dulya, hold the dulya."
Yep, you did, and I had the
Okay,
thumb
so
in
what it
between
is
my finger.
okay, so it's like a fist, but your thumb is in
Fist.
between the first 2
Yep, I'm doing
fingers.
it right
And
now.
it's called holding a doula, and and you do it if someone says something complimentary about you or your child, like, about your looks.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you
Like, you
do.
don't wanna
To
jinx or
and if you don't hold a doula, an extra caution or insurance is my mum would put safety pins on the inside of our clothing
I remember you mentioning that as well. I didn't
as
do it,
well
but I remember you mentioning that.
to safeguard from people
Yeah.
complimenting you.
Yep. Yep.
Um, handbag on the floor is not one that my mum has, it's one
Yeah, I've
that,
heard of that.
um, I've heard of, that
And
I've
I only
seen other
heard of that
people do.
yes, same. I only heard of that recently, like the last few years, and I try not to because I think I was. Like, if I
Mhm.
meet up with someone and we sit at wherever, I'd like have put my bag on the floor, but I try not to do that anymore. Um,
Mm. I
yeah.
don't like I mean, I kind of yes, there's part of me that, like, goes, "Oh, maybe it's bad luck," but then the other part of me is like, "I don't want it to get dirty."
Right.
But I don't mind putting it on carpet. I'll put it on carpet and like today at the
Or
gym, I
you
put
hang
my
it on a
bag on the
chair.
floor.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Um, the number 7, like, do you think it's a lucky number? I feel like it has some luck to it,
I think so. I think we're
but
just known
why?
to think, I don't know why, we're just kind of known to think that seven's a lucky number. Um,
Mm.
but I
It's good luck comes in threes.
see, I heard bad luck comes in threes.
Oh, sorry, bad luck comes in
Bad luck
threes.
comes in
You're
threes,
right.
yes, and I have
Bad luck
yes,
comes in
my
threes.
I remember that yeah, I think that that's true. I think that that is true. We've seen it
Yeah,
happen with
I've
people.
actually found that bad luck does come in threes for
Yeah.
me. I'm like, "Okay, this is 2, what's the next one?
What's the
Oh, there
next
you
one?
are,
What's
okay."
coming? Oh, here we go. Yep,
Yeah, or sometimes I'm at
totally.
number 1 and I'm like, "Oh, maybe there'll be another thing." But then is that your mind just concentrating on things that are
Then we
happening?
bring
Like,
it's
what
true,
is
then we
I don't
bring it
know.
into a whole, like, manifestation. Are you manifesting 2 more things to happen bad? Or two more bad things to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's so many of
Or if you're
these.
just having a string of bad luck and then you're like, "Oh, yeah, that was like 3 things, one after the other."
Yeah, you look back and you're going, "Oh, yeah, that did happen in threes."
Yeah. So everybody thinks that 13 is a unlucky number, Friday the 13th, ooh, spooky. My mum thinks 13 is good luck and not bad. Don't know why.
Not sure. I wonder why. I mean, I've heard, how people are like
Mm.
666 is bad, but I've also heard
Yes.
on opposite that 666 is sorry, 666 is good. So
666.
666, it's, I don't know, everyone has like their own opinion about a lot
Mm.
of these.
That's an interesting one. I don't know about the numbers as much. Not a numerologist.
Um,
Um, okay, so this is another one that's maybe more relating to maybe Eastern Europeans or Jews specifically. Spitting over, do it all the time. I do it all the time.
oh
I
yeah.
can't help.
Oh yeah, it's totally a Jewish thing.
Can
Oh,
you
your
believe
mum does it
this?
all the time.
We spit over our left shoulder 3 times
Yep.
against any kind of evil eye. You know?
Hmm.
Oh, she's doing so well in this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straight. Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
I feel like most conversations I have with your mum were spitting over our shoulders, like, or we're
If you
talking
have a
about something.
conversation, exactly, and if you have a conversation on instant chat, like in WhatsApp or whatever, or
We
Messenger,
do two,
you
two,
actually write
yeah,
TFU,
TFU.
TFU, TFU, tu, tu.
Yep, yep,
That one's funny and ridiculous. I can't help it. I do it. It's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, but it's ingrained.
yeah, it is. And the things you get
You
taught as a
do it.
kid.
Even you do
Yeah,
it.
I do. With certain people that get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I won't do it at work.
No, they'll just
I
look at
touch
you.
wood I touch wood at work.
Yeah, because I feel like
So
that's more known. That's more common.
touching wood is the equivalent is like the Christian version of spitting over your shoulder 3
Yeah,
times.
they do the knocking on the wood. What if you don't have wood
Yeah.
around you?
You touch your head or whatever you have around.
All right, whatever you have around. Let's knock on something.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, this is hilarious. There's so many of them too.
Crossing fingers,
Oh
like,
yeah, I remember. I don't really do that as much, but I
cross your
remember.
fingers and toes.
Oh yeah, Chris, that's right. Your toes as well.
And I hate myself even when I say it. I'm like, "Shut up.
Fingers
What are you
crossed.
doing?" Like,
Oh, we're
it
going
doesn't mean
here. Fingers
anything.
crossed. We're gonna do this. Fingers crossed.
Maybe okay, have you ever thought okay, let's stop and think. Maybe it's like us saying to the other humans, please put your intent towards this positive thing. As in, let's all think about let's all think about this in a positive way. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
our way of it's like a human's way of saying, let's all have the same intention for something
totally.
to
And maybe
happen.
things like now we do things differently, like it is with intent instead of literally physically crossing our toes. It's more about
Yes.
intent. It's more about, what your mind, what you believe, and what you want to
Mhm.
believe, and what you're going to project out there
Yeah,
instead of literally crossing things, knocking on things, like
exactly.
spitting. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, so maybe there'll be some kind of new wave of instead of us going, "I've got my fingers and toes crossed," let's all take a moment of intention.
yes. Let's all pause and like put it out there in the universe, and but yeah, who knows? It actually is making me realize, like, oh, not to do that with my child probably, and maybe
Yeah.
a new
I try pretty hard
way.
not to I'm pretty conscious of the superstition thing, so I try really hard to not indoctrinate them into my insanity. I'm cutting
Cut
that,
it down.
breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the
Yeah,
cycle on that.
exactly.
Um,
Uh,
well, we've got wishing on a chicken bone is popular.
oh
We never
yeah,
did that at my house,
I
but
did that
I
with
know a
my
lot of
mum.
people that did it.
I would get excited to do it if there was like a
Yeah.
chicken bone and it would be fun, and then
I
you
think
make
it's
a
more like a
wish.
game.
It is, yeah, I like that. I think it's kind of,
Mm,
I mean, what's wrong with making a wish? So on a chicken
exactly,
bone,
nothing
there
wrong
you
with
go.
making a wish. Yeah, it's like wishing on your birthday candles.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and that isn't innocent. Is that like a?
Mm.
I wonder where that came from as well.
That one I don't know, but, I like that one too because everyone is there to wish you a happy birthday, and they have good thoughts for you, and it's a good time to make a wish.
Right. Or like even for kids, not, when you cut the cake, not to cut to the bottom, or you
Oh,
have
I
to
thought you
kiss
have
a
to kiss a
boy.
boy or girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
That's silly.
many. It's so
So
silly.
it's part of our daily lives.
It is.
Um, so there's also like, okay, this I happen to have a lot of experience with because we were really good family friends with Greek Orthodox family, and they when they had their first baby, they constantly said that the baby is ugly. Oh, he's so ugly. Oh, he's so
Oh
ugly.
God.
Instead of he's beautiful or how cute. It was constantly he's ugly. He's ugly. Oh, what a little ugly fella. But that was their way of warding
That's
off the evil
weird.
eye.
No.
It's against the evil eye. So we didn't see my mum didn't take it that far, like,
No,
she reckons
I
you
would
can't
never
evil
say
eye
that
your
about my
own
baby.
you can't evil eye your own child if you really love them, I don't think.
No.
Mm,
Right.
even the idea of it's just preposterous, but anyway. So that's a lot of the superstitions I had, but then
That's quite a
old
lot.
wives' tales are similar in the way that but I think okay,
I
they're
think
similar.
superstitions is like doing something when,
Yeah.
and old wives' tales are like tales or stories.
Yeah, they're
Um,
myths. They're
they're
myths.
myths.
Um, they're supposed to be so the difference between old wives' tales and superstitions are supposed truth like myth or urban legend passed down from mainly older women to younger
Right. And
generation.
I feel like some of these are kind of true. Like some of them can be.
Yeah, my mum passed a few down. I put down I've got as many as I can think of here. Obviously my husband thinks this one is ridiculous, but it works for me. Gargling Disprin. That's one she
Yeah.
created, I'm
No, but
positive.
we do
It's not
that. My
salt water,
dad
it's
does that.
specifically gargling Disprin.
Yeah, I mean, we've done salt water or Disprin, but how is that a old wives' tale? It just makes you feel better.
He thinks you're not supposed to gargle Disprin. It doesn't say anywhere on the package you're supposed to gargle it.
I think
I
we
think you're
mainly
supposed to
do
drink
salt
it,
water. Oh,
salt water.
yeah.
Obviously, honey and lemon. My mum, if you get any kind of like if you feel like even a tickle in your throat, she's cutting up a whole lemon into slices and pouring honey all over it, and you
But
have to
how
suck
is,
them down and eat
yeah,
them.
that makes these are health, like these are like some like home, these are remedies for when you're not feeling
Yeah,
well. These aren't like
it's similar.
old wives'
It's
tales really, but I
Yeah,
guess
they're
some people,
yeah, remedies, okay. Okay,
remedies.
this is an old wives' tale, but maybe this is something medical, I don't know, but she constantly when I was little, if I had a tummy ache, I had to lie on my left side with my knees into my stomach on my left side specifically.
Mm, interesting.
I don't I don't know, and, I've had I've worked with someone who was like pomegranate juice shots is like can save someone's life. Like,
Well,
I don't
these
know.
are kind of cool remedies, I guess.
Yeah, they're remedies, but I think and bit of but they're a bit old wivey tale-y, kind of like, why lie on my left
I
side?
mean, maybe there's like your organs or something down there. It's like it's better for you, or you're like
Mm.
putting less pressure on certain things.
So maybe they did have a bit of an understanding about a bit this maybe old wives' tales comes from some kind of scientific or tested knowledge.
Right.
Like, what
But it
about
doesn't.
eating carrots? You know, they
Oh,
said
yeah.
eating carrots
Oh,
are good
yeah.
for your eyes.
My mum would tell me that that kind of seems more old wives' tale-ish.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Okay, here's an obvious one. Prego belly low is a boy, high is a girl.
oh,
But
yeah.
9 times out of 10, that's true.
It is true because I usually can tell, like, except a couple of friends that they've been more rounded or it was higher and it was a boy, but I was so
Okay, there you go.
low.
Old wives tale.
People literally would see me and be like, "Oh my god, you're having a boy," or "Oh," like literally, I went and had my eyebrows threaded like last year, and I'd never met
Yeah.
this woman in my life. It was a new brow place. I just walked in and she's like, "Oh my gosh, a boy." Like,
Oh,
just everyone said it was a boy. They didn't even know I was having a boy. But I
amazing,
was carrying a boy,
amazing.
and I was extremely low. They also say, like, if you're craving dairy or you eat dairy, it's a girl, or meat, it's a boy.
Yeah, yeah. If you love salty things, I think, yeah, it's a girl, and if you want sweet things, it's a boy or something. I've heard those ones too.
Which, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, but could be.
Yeah,
Um,
because my mother-in-law at the time was saying, "Do you want salty things or sweet things?"
yeah, like, what are you
And I was like,
craving?
"Yeah," and I was like, at the time, I was like, "Salty." "Oh, it's a girl," something like that. It's like every person has their own weird old wives' tale.
Totally.
Um, chicken soup for a cold, I mean, that's another kind
That's
of
not.
remedy.
Well, yeah, it's a remedy, like liquids, like something warm.
To this day, my mother is adamant that if you go outside with wet hair at any point of the
It'll
year,
make
you will
you sick.
become
I think
sick.
my mum felt the same, or like if you go to sleep with wet hair, you'll get sick. She felt
Oh,
the
my kids go
same
to sleep with wet hair all the
at
time.
time, and then they're fine.
Yeah. If you swallow gum, it stays there for 7 years in your stomach.
Oh. Well, I
Remember
mean,
that?
I
Do you remember
remember
that
if
one?
you swallow gum, it'll get stuck down there. I remember that one, like, you never wanted to swallow
For
gum.
7 years.
I don't
For
know about the
7 years.
7 years, but that
I remember
sounds
I accidentally
scary.
swallowed it and my heart sank.
Oh, you freaked, yeah, I think I freaked out as well the first time I swallowed it. I remember my mum giving me gum and she's like, "You gotta be very careful, like, you can only chew it." And oh, that was funny.
Sitting too close to the TV ruins your
Oh
eyes.
god, I mean, probably, but we're staring at computers and I mean,
I think it
yeah,
might be a bit of an old lifestyle
I
too.
hope so because my baby at the moment, we can't keep him occupied 24/7 in here, and I didn't wanna do screens, but we've had to do screens.
But it's specifically sitting too
Close,
close.
yeah, but he does sit a little too close. Um, hopefully he'll be okay. Um,
Obviously heartburn while pregnant means your
yes.
baby will have a lot of hair.
But you know
That was
what?
an old wives'
Yeah, and
tale.
I had the worst heartburn in hell, and yes, Mackay did have hair. He didn't have a lot of hair, but he had hair, but felt like I had the worst heartburn ever. But you said Kyra had, like, a lot of hair,
Oh, full on
like,
coif, like a
full on
coif,
hair, full on head of hair.
and I had major heartburn. So
Yeah,
that
I
old
feel
wives'
like
tale
that
was
could be
true for
true.
me.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Oh,
what else have you
here's a
found?
weird okay,
Or that you
here's a weird cluster one. It's an old wives' tale about cutlery. Um, Here we go. So, if you drop a knife, a man's coming to visit, while a fork means a woman and the spoon a child. So and that means, like, coming to visit could be even, like, either coming to visit, like, into your life, or a spoon means, like, someone's gonna have a baby maybe? So
hmm.
dropping many pieces of silverware.
Okay, right, means family's coming.
Yeah.
Well, in that
Um,
case, we would have, especially when you have a baby, babies drop spoons and stuff or kids all the time.
yeah, that's true. It's so irrational. I remember there's also one, like, if you sit on the corner of a table, I remember, like, God
Oh,
forbid
yeah,
I would
yeah,
sit
yeah.
at the corner of a table. It means I would never get married.
Get
I'd be a
married.
spinster for all my life.
So does that mean we can now sit at the corner of a table?
Yeah, now yeah.
Now it's okay. Um, but before it wasn't. Maybe it's because we never sat on the corners. That's why we're married.
It's so silly.
Oh, I definitely remember
Um,
that.
seriously, how did I get through life? How did I get through life? Seriously.
It's kind of humorous now when you look back at it. Like growing up, you're like, oh, but now when you like listen to all of this and you're like, oh my God, this is kind of ridiculous.
Maybe it's, like, instilling fear so that
Yeah.
people are more cautious? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't,
Oh, you w yeah,
it's
I
so
don't know.
interesting. I don't really know where it's come from, but it is a fear based and we try and break out of the habits of there are some things we're not going to be able to not do, like probably the spitting or the knocking on the wood and certain things like that. But like we're trying to break out of a habit that was instilled
I am very
in
much conscious
childhood.
of trying every time I have the thought, I'm like, "Well, that's irrational. Well, I don't I can actually have this thought or say this without touching a piece of wood or spitting."
Right.
Like,
Like you've got to be
I'm trying to be
cautious
conscious
of
of
it.
it.
Yep, like
Or,
don't
like, I
chew.
will walk past the black cat.
Oh yeah,
I
the
will
black
walk
cat, yeah.
I will see the black cat and I will walk after it.
But or they
It's
say in
ridiculous.
dreams, like if you see certain things, it's bad luck, like black cats and certain,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that as well. There's so many.
You had
Um,
you had a sport games cluster one.
I did.
If the team is winning at halftime,
Oh, I
remember
did. That's
what's that, a
true.
sport one? What's
Oh,
the sport
I
one?
was even discussing this with Howie. We're like, do I have any? Is there anything I do, or do you do anything? And yeah, like I definitely know, like if your team is winning at halftime, like don't get excited. Don't start like it's because if you start saying, "Oh, we've won," or it's they're going to lose. I
Mm,
remember. I remember this very clearly because there's such rivalry with my team and I mean, I'm a Rooster supporter, and obviously we have our rivals. And I
yeah.
remember it was a Souths game, and I was already getting ready to text my friends that were South supporters.
Ooh.
I had it pre-made. I had the text pre-made like a minute before the game was done. I was like, I'm ready to send. It's happening, and right in the last like 30 seconds, they lost, and
I think I know
I
which game you're talking about because Nick replays it as one of his best moments
Right, I'm sure.
ever.
Right, it was in the. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten it, and yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like this is because I already pre-made my text messages to send out to people. Um,
You think you jinxed it.
oh yeah, I felt like I jinxed it completely. I jinxed the game. They lost because of my text messages.
See, it's a weird thing, like, it's either weird or a probability. Like, the probability of someone doing really well, so a team doing really well in the first half and then not doing well in the second half. Like, the other team just might have got, like, this amazing sort of, second wind in the second half, like, it's it
Yeah,
do
you
you
never know where it's
do
gonna
you
go.
believe that this like, you can jinx a sports team?
Totally. Like
I know
I
some athletes wear the same underwear and stuff, like, they believe in these
Oh, yeah, I'm
things.
sure they do. Or like Nadal. Have you seen when he plays tennis? This is why I can't watch him. I literally can't watch his games. He's always pulling his ears and scratching down there and like pulling and
Oh.
rubbing his nose. And I'm like, I mean, he might have like nervous habits, but are these nervous habits or are these like superstitions?
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
I'm you if you watch him, it's kind of awkward to watch. I mean,
Watch.
maybe a lot of, teams and sports players, maybe they have a lot of certain things that they do, like good luck charms and yeah, the underwear
Mm.
thing or a certain color they wear or they have something on them. Um, I'm sure like I'd be quite interested in finding out that like if they do anything before a game. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do things before a game. Um,
Yeah. It's like people who carry some crystals in their pocket
right,
too.
exactly. Which yeah, that makes sense completely. Well, because I do it, so yeah, I get it.
Well, I guess we can say that we all have our little kind of tips, not tips and but tricks and superstitions that kind of infiltrate our daily lives.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day,
And
it just comes down to yeah, we don't want anyone to die. We want to have a good life. We want to be married. We want our kids to like. We want to be happy, and
yes,
so
that's a good point.
they do like we're doing what we can to like not jinx that or not.
That's a good point. It's out of fear and yeah, it's a bit irrational, maybe unscientific, but we just want the best
We
for
want the best for ourselves,
ourselves
and
and our family and those friends close to us.
yeah, that's all I can kind of take from that. Um,
Yeah, me
yeah.
too. That's good. Alright, well,
This has been quite a
yeah,
funny episode.
it's been fun. It's fun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining, Beck. And we will see you next
We will
time
see you next time. Keep
on Can We Say
liking,
It?
download,
Yeah.
share. Yeah, we'll chat soon. Have a good one.
See you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Can we say it? Can we say it?